Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Brittany here with another video to help you guys live a happy, healthy, awesome life in a wheelchair. And today we are going to talk about sex. More specifically, I'm going to talk about the after sex routine that me and my husband have gotten into to help me prevent UTIs. If you are somebody with a spinal cord injury and you use a catheter, then you know that you are more prone to UTIs, especially women, because we have a urethra that is super close to our anus, which carries all those nasty bacteria that get into our bladders and cause UTIs. And when we have sex, all of those bacteria sort of get mashed around and jumbled up when we're having all the fun. So we are even more prone to UTIs if we don't clean ourselves properly. So I'm going to talk about today what I do after intercourse so that I don't get UTIs. Because for years I was getting UTIs after intercourse, and it was making me avoid sex, which is something you don't want to do if you're in a relationship. There are things that I have done to help prevent UTIs in general. You can go watch some of my other videos about bladder care and what I did to cure my chronic UTIs, and things that I do to prevent UTIs. All of those videos are really good if you just want to prevent UTIs in general, but this video is specifically for anybody that's looking for a sort of after sex routine that's going to do a better job of flushing bacteria away so that you don't introduce them into your urethra, especially after you've had sex. So enough talk about sex. I will get into what it is that I do. The first thing that I want to talk about though is that this routine is sort of a partnership between me and my husband. It's not a we have sex, then he leaves the room, then I do this like whole involved routine just by myself. It's a thing that we do together after we have sex. My husband literally comes to the bathroom where I am right now. He gets me the things that I need, brings them to me, and then we're just done with it. It's not even a question. He just automatically gets up. If sometimes he forgets, I'll say like, hey, can you go get me the things I need? And he will. It's not like I have to get up out of bed if we've gone to bed already. It's just a normal thing in our relationship. So if you are in a new relationship and you think this is going to be a weird part of intimacy, it's not. It really is not a weird part of intimacy, and you set the tone for how comfortable and confident you are in the bedroom, and this is one of those things that you have to set the tone for. It's not a weird thing if you feel like you need to clean yourself after in order to prevent UTIs, and it's not a weird thing if you ask your partner to clean himself before you have sex to prevent UTIs. It's just something that you guys can get into together and that you make part of your intimacy. So anyway, that was a long-winded way of saying don't make it weird, but now I'm going to get into the actual like meat and potatoes of what I actually do after we have sex. So the first thing that my husband does is he grabs wipes. So I always have these baby wipes. I use them for bowel routine. I use them to clean myself before I cath. And they are natural Huggies Babies wipes. They don't have as many chemicals in them or preservatives, because both of those things are bad for your bacteria anywhere on your body. So I use the natural wipes, and they seem to work really fine for me. I also use a natural soap. It's a unscented goat's milk soap. This is the one that I'm using currently, but you can get any unscented soap that is gentle on your pH, especially in your vaginal area, because if you have a soap that's really harsh, it can sort of mess up things down there, and you don't want that, because you want to maintain the good bacteria in your vaginal area as much as possible while still flushing away the bad bacteria that you don't want there. So the routine that I'm going to teach you guys is basically a routine that I think a lot of people use and in different variations. It's called pericare, and pericare simply just means cleaning your genitals and your anal area after sex. I think, well, I don't know whether it's just after sex. I think pericare just in general is cleaning your genital and anal area, and it's just a pericare routine that I use after intercourse. So the first thing that my husband gets, like I said before, is wipes. He takes wipes out of the package because they're no good in the package. So he gets 2 sets of wipes, like 2 wipes like this, and then he gets them soapy. So he'll get 2 sets soapy, and then he'll get another 2 sets soapy, and then he'll get another 2 that are just water. And then the last ones that he's going to get are ones that will be really sopping wet. So like you would be able to like wring water out of it. The ones that he gets me that are soapy, they're soapy, but they're not dripping wet. And the one that he gives me to wipe the soap away is not dripping wet. It's just wet. And then the last set that he gives me are sopping wet. So like if he's carrying them to me, they're like dripping on the floor. So they're really sopping wet. And I always do this routine laying on one of these blue absorbent pads. I actually lay on one of these anytime I ever get into my bed because it just makes it easier to move around because the backside is really slippery, so I can move my butt easier than dragging, you know, cotton panties on cotton sheets. This is slippery on the bottom, so it allows me to move really easily in bed. It also is absorbent, so if I pee or anything, then I'm not worried about having to change my sheets. And if we have sex and it's messy, it doesn't get on the sheets either. So I'm always laying on this in bed. I'm always laying on this when we're having sex. And so after I'm doing the pericare routine, I'm doing it on a blue pad. So the first thing that I use is the soapy wipes that my husband gets me. And what I'm doing with the soapy wipes is I am cleaning my vulva area and towards my butt. So I'm cleaning the outside of my vulva. I'm not cleaning inside my labia. You don't want to get anywhere near your urethra or inside your vagina with soap. That's a no-no. So you're cleaning the outside of your vulva and towards your butt. And what you're doing is you're just sort of getting any of the bacteria around that area that are getting mashed around from other body parts that are sloshing together. You're just making sure the bacteria are gone so that they can't migrate towards your urethra. So one set of soapy wipes, I wash from the top down to the bottom, and then I get another other set of soapy wipes that my husband gives me, and I again wash from the top, which I'm laying on the bed, so the top is like the top of my vulva towards my butt, and then I take the plain wet wipes and I wash the soap off. Again, this is all outside of my labia, around the outside of my vulva, and then it is towards my bum. So I'm washing and rinsing the soap off with the normal wet wipes, and then the sopping wipes. My husband will get sopping wet. So these wipes are sopping wet, so he will not wring them out, so they're still dripping. If I squeeze them a little bit, water comes out. And what I'm doing when that happens is, and I'm going to actually just drip it onto this blue pad. So I am spreading my labia, and in this instance, I am washing my urethra area and my vagina area, but I'm not wiping it. I'm just letting the water drip. So I'm holding the wipes at the very top. It's going down. My butt is at the bottom. This is my whole vaginal area, and I am just letting the water drip down so that it rinses all the bacteria from around my urethra area towards my bum, back where it belongs, because any of those bad bacteria belong near my bum and not near my vagina or my urethra. So I'm just, again, squeezing the water out and letting it drip down along my urethra and down towards my bum. And it's just the flowing of it picks up the bacteria and moves it. It's not like gonna kill the bacteria, it's just gonna move it. And this, I think, works really well for me. I read a study once that said running water is just as good as like disinfecting soap when you're actually washing out a cut. So I kind of used that and ran with it and was like, oh, okay, if I just like kind of run water along that area, then it will displace the bacteria, take it away from that area. And it seems to be working really well for me. The other thing that I do after I've done that whole routine, I'm just gonna wrap this up and put it in the garbage. After I've done that whole soap, rinse, and then really rinsing with the dripping water, once I'm done that whole routine, then I'll take D-Manos, and I will take 2 of these. And it doesn't matter what time of day it is. If it's at night, I'll take 2 of them. If it's in the morning, it doesn't matter. I always take 2 after sex, because what the D-Manos does is it attracts E. coli bacteria and it will flush it out. So if there's any E. coli bacteria that are sort of sticking around my urethra, then if it gets into my bladder after we've had sex, then that's going to help flush it out. So that's basically my whole routine. I do the pericare with soap, water, and then really, really rinsing with like dripping the water along my vaginal area. And then I take D-mannose. And then if it's during the day, if we've had sex during the day, I will drink a shit ton of water to flush my bladder. And if it's at night, I'm not going to do that. I might drink a little bit of water to flush it in the middle of the night, but I'm not going to drink as much as I would during the day. But yeah, other than that, it's pretty simple. You're just cleaning, rinsing, flushing, and then helping prevent bacteria from getting into your bladder by using D-mannose. And that's my whole routine. And again, it's not weird. It's not a weird thing. It's not uncomfortable. It's just a routine that my husband and I have gotten into. Because trust me, a guy would much rather help you with the routine so that he can keep having sex with you than get turned down all the time because you're worried about a UTI. And if you still continue to have UTIs after this, then, you know, that's a thing that you guys can manage as a couple and figure out how to stay intimate without actually having intercourse. But for me, it's important to be able to be intimate with my husband in this way, and finding ways to prevent UTIs is something that I've experimented with many times over the years, so that we could keep doing that. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions about my routine, please feel free to ask. If you do not want to leave questions in the comments because it's a little bit of a sensitive topic, you can go to my email, empoweredpara@gmail.com, and email me there and ask me questions privately. But other than that, that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you back here on another video. Bye!